Hey everyone, Ryzen here.
And Liz.
Welcome to the Patriots, and not Ravens, Ryzen. Patriots at Eagles.
We should call this game Punt Fest 2019.
Yeah, it's a defensive game. Patriots win 17-10. Actually losing the game going into halftime, but making a comeback and ended up winning the game. It was a good game. Eagles get the ball first quarter. You get a PI on Jason McCourty. Kind of ticky-tacky, but whatever. It's a good play by Gilmore. The defense holds. Eagles get a field goal, 3-0 Eagles. That was the first of their only two good drives. And this drive was good because of a PI. The Eagles were not very good offensively. There's a touchback on the kick. The Patriots, I don't think they go 3 and out, but they end up punting because Marshall Newhouse exists, and he sucks. The sooner he gets kicked to the curb, the better. Anyway, but don't worry, the Eagles, they punt. Sanu decides, I'm going to return this with a guy right in my face. Good job, Sanu. That didn't go well. Then they get a run play for a loss on this drive that kills it, so they punt. Jake Bailey is player of the game. He was fantastic. He's down at the 5. Also got a credit, of course, Slater, Bethel, all those cover guys. The Eagles drive, anyway, this was actually their one drive. It's so weird. It's like their one good drive, they started at the 5.
Yeah.
Every other drive, they couldn't do anything. Even when they started at like the 30. Man, the NFL's weird. So, they drive anyway. They do waste a timeout on this drive, but they kind of run all over the Patriots. It's the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Jones appears to pick the ball off. It's overturned for a touchdown instead. That was really close. It's probably a touchdown, but it's close. I think under the old rules, I don't think it would have been a touchdown. Because he bobbled the ball and then went to the ground. And under the old rules, you got to maintain possession all the way down.
Right.
But under the new rules, it's probably a touchdown. So it's 10-0 Eagles. The Pats, they do their weird, stupid flea flicker play. I don't know what to call it. It's like they did like a handoff to Burkhead, who threw it back to Brady, who idiotically threw it to Dorsett, who sucked in this game, by the way.
You should have thrown it to Edelman, because Edelman was open.
Edelman was open earlier, yeah. But they get a field goal out of the drive anyway. They get 10-3. Anyway, they kick off. It's actually a fumble. Jake Bailey, the one thing I got to criticize you for. The ball's in your hands, man. You got to corral that. I understand you're the punter and you're not used to doing fumble recovery drills, but you're on kickoff coverage now, okay? You've got to know how to recover a fumble. And instead, he throws it out of bounds. And if they recover that fumble, they likely score, and then they probably be, 6-10, or maybe they even tie it up at this point.
I mean, whatever. Besides that, he had a really good game.
And a good game, but it's the one thing he screwed up. My guess is they'll practice that next time.
Probably.
But anyway, the Patriots get a nice sack here. They got 5 sacks in this game. Defense is crazy good. Sanu gets a good return. Unfortunately, he hurt his ankle, but he's fine. They took the tape off in the second half. Watson, best game of the season for him. He gets a great catch here.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Edelman decides that he's going to drop a very easy catch, because that's what he does sometimes. I don't know. He makes like catches on, an inch from the ground, but he can't catch something right to him.
Yeah,
so weird with Edelman.
He's bizarre.
But anyway, Brady also had a near pick on this play, on this drive too. But they kick a field goal. I didn't like the lack of aggressiveness. I mean, if you can't score from 3 yards out in 4 plays, I don't know. They kick a field goal. It's 10-6. What's his name? Folk? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a good game. He's been kicking well for him. A lot better than Nugent was.
Now he still has a perfect record in the Eagle Stadium.
Yep. Anyway, the next drive, Eagles fumble. They get a sack, forced fumble, yeah, Danny Shelton. And Lawrence Guy with the recovery. So this was a big play. Unfortunately, the Patriots, being the Patriots in this game, decide we're not going to score. So, they only get a field goal, 10-9, Eagles. Patriots hold on the next drive. They actually take a timeout at like 12 seconds. They go for the block. They didn't get it, but it was the right decision, I think. No, they knee it out. Third quarter, Bolden takes the ball out. That's idiotic. They go up-tempo here, which I wish they would have done more in the game. But you start the drive with good solid runs by Sanu and I think Michelle at the middle. I think it was Michelle. I pushed the pile. It was Michelle or Burkhead. I think it was Michelle. You get a good catch by Dorsett here. Then you get this ridiculous play by Burkhead where it looks like it's going to be a loss. He shakes off the defender, gets a huge gain on a screen.
I think it was like 30 yards or something.
Yeah, he got like 35 yards, something really good. And there's a big 3rd and 11. Nothing's working. So they pull out the old playbook. Brady to Edelman. Edelman to Dorsett. Touchdown. Dorsett decides that he's going to hit his head on the play.
Which I don't even know.
I don't know how he got a concussion on it. I mean, it looked like he was barely hit. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Dorsett's out for the rest of the game. He probably has a concussion. Who cares? The guy's not that good anyway.
He's regressed this season.
He's regressed since he came back from his hamstring thing.
Yeah.
He was good the first quarter of the season, then he's been bad. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
reality. They go for 2. They get it with an excellent run by James White. 17-10 Patriots, and if you notice, that was the final score. The rest of the game was punt, 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 punt. And I am not kidding.
It's basically like what the Super Bowl was like.
So I'm not really going to go through the rest of the game because it's all like 3 and outs, punts, punts, punts. There's a good sack at some point by Hightower and Van Noy. They got 5 total sacks. The Eagles actually shanked a punt at some point in this game in the 3rd quarter.
And then they decide to go and end the game
Yeah.
with a very bad Hail Mary attempt.
There was a kind of a controversial call in the 3rd quarter. Lacoste appeared to fumble. They ruled it forward progress. I think it was forward progress. He wasn't moving forward. So, honestly, I wouldn't even have ruled it a catch because he didn't make any football move or anything and dropped the ball.
Yeah, there were some weird penalties in this game. Like, right off the bat in the 1st quarter, there was the helmet or the face mask call. When they replayed it, I did not see it
Yeah, hands to the face.
at all.
There was one bad hands to the face call in this game.
There was in the middle of the game, but at the very beginning, that very first penalty they called, which they called a hands to the face, I think it was.
I don't think
I
it
didn't
was
see it on the
shoulder,
replay.
But
So
the second one was legit.
obvious, yeah.
But I mean, Bailey had one bad punt at the end of the 3rd quarter.
But other than that, he was
Other than that,
great.
he was excellent. There was a funny play in the 4th quarter where Watson pushed down Ted Karras, who was in his way on a screen. That was hilarious. But other than that, it's all punting, just excellent defense. Peters got hurt for the Eagles in this game. They lost both tackles.
Yeah, they're pretty banged up.
Yeah, the Eagles didn't even get a snap off before the 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter. That's bad. But yeah, the Patriots win. I mean, they rely on their defense to win the game. They could have ran the clock out at the end, but they decided to run it 3 times and waste the Eagles' timeouts. Eagles don't get anything done. For some reason, I don't know why the Eagles didn't do laterals.
I don't either.
You're at the 40-yard line.
Lateral probably would have been a better, because he threw the Hail Mary and it was like 10 yards.
20 yards short.
It wasn't. He
It
was
was
running
15 yards short, give or
Yeah.
take. But look, can Carson Wentz normally throw 60 yards? Yes.
in the wind like
In
that.
the wind, Brady couldn't do that. Rodgers couldn't make that throw.
I don't know.
I'm serious. Like, the wind was crazy in this game. That was a mistake. Not that it matters. They weren't going to give up.
The wind was definitely affecting the punting and stuff as well.
Oh, yeah,
You
but
could tell.
Bailey was
The
great.
ball was going all over the place.
The Eagles punters had a much worse time with it.
Yeah, right, because he
Bailey
shanked
was
that
good.
one
Yeah,
in
he
particular.
shanked a couple.
Yeah,
But
the wind was definitely a factor.
Bailey shanked one, but he was excellent.
So
They win 17-10 in a really good defensive game. Terrence Brooks, I thought, had the best game on the defense. I thought he was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And Edelman 1 for 1 for 15 yards and a touchdown.
So that's his one and only regular season pass.
Brady was okay. He was 26 of 47, 216. Of course, Patriots can't run. Who was the leading receiver? Probably Edelman, right? Yeah, 5 for 53. Watson was 3 for 52. Yeah, Eagles.
Pretty bad all
Pretty
around.
bad. Zach Ertz had 9 for 94 yards. That's misleading. A lot of that was when the game was out of hand. Or not out of hand, but a lot of that was towards the end of the game when they had started backing off.
Yeah, and too, a lot of the times the Eagles were in the end zone a lot.
Yep.
And then,
Plus, a lot of that was really tight catches by Ertz.
yeah.
So I don't think Zach Ertz had a very good game, despite his stat line. He had a much worse game than his stat line suggests.
So the Patriots will advance to 9-1. The
Yeah.
Eagles will go to 5-5. I'm gonna guess.
They stay ahead of
The Ravens?
Baltimore. Yeah, which they need to because Baltimore
just
cream
destroyed the
Houston.
Texans.
But I think
today.
they play the Rams next, so that's going to be a hard game. I don't.
It could be.
The Rams match up, I think, well against the Ravens. But. So the Patriots, they move on to play Dallas at home. So it'll be Sidhu's first home game.
Even though he's played there before.
This does give Dallas a good lead in the division they're in, so in the NFC East. But I don't know. Both Dallas and the Eagles, I think, are pretty flawed. So, well, we'll see. The Patriots will be favored in that game.
For sure, and they'll be at home. Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, this was a good. I mean, what this game tells me is that the Ravens game was an anomaly because it's not like the Eagles have no offense. They're pretty good. I know there's no Jeffrey. They still got two best tight ends in football.
And they've got a pretty decent defense.
So, the Eagles, they held them to 10 points, and then the one touchdown they gave up was basically a second away from being an interception. So,
right.
Again, this Patriots defense is the best defense in the NFL, period. And the only team they do not match up well against is the Ravens because the Ravens are just a weird team. They're a gimmicky offense. It is what it is. Having said that, I think the Patriots will have a better game plan if they play the Ravens again.
Strangely enough, before we end the video, Oakland and Cincinnati had the same exact ending score we did, with Oakland winning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Oakland's making a run against KC.
Which is pretty funny.
Well, they might make it. I don't know. KC's a lot worse than they were last year. But anyway, we'll end this episode, or end this video here, and we'll see you for the Dallas game. I don't know specifically. We're kind of busy next weekend, so we'll see exactly what we're able to do for that. So we'll see. It shouldn't affect anything, but
no, we should be home in time, but
all right. Take care.